Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Inside Guns with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. Today, since it's the last day of SHOT Show, I wanted to do a video I often do at the end of SHOT Show, and that is, what do I think was the best thing from SHOT Show, and what do I think was the worst thing I saw coming out of SHOT Show. This year, the only difference is I had to rely on other people to see them because I'm not there for health reasons, but wanted to do it still because I did see a lot of things and I do know what I like and what I don't like, so I wanted to go over it. First, let's deal with what I think was the best thing to come from SHOT Show. There were a lot of good things coming from SHOT Show. There were a lot of stuff I was interested in. The Mossberg, the MC2 subcompact. It's nice to see a subcompact of that coming out. Although I've never actually seen the other one except for once since it came out because it became scarce very quickly. I'm wondering if these are going to be as scarce. We'll see. I like to see that they have a bird's head Ruger Wrangler now for kids especially. This is a great first gun. If you've got like a 10-year-old and you want to get them a first revolver, this would be a great one. I love that it has a bird's head grip available now. The XDM 10mm compact. That was something that I kind of got excited about. Loved that. And of course, you know, I've already talked about the SA-35 from Springfield, and I've talked in depth about the FN high power coming out. And I'm even a little interested in the Stance from Savage. But none of those are what was the most impressive thing from SHOT Show, or I guess not impressive isn't the word I'm looking for. Just my favorite thing from SHOT Show. The thing that tickled my taint the most and got me all giddy. And I actually went, I have to have that. And the thing from SHOT Show this year that I said, I have to have that, is the 3-inch Colt Python. I have to have this gun. I have always wanted one of the old snub-nosed Colt Pythons, but they are astronomical in price, like $4,000 or $5,000, if you can find one for that price. So the very fact that they're putting out one now in a 3-inch, I do believe the old ones were 2.5-inch, but close enough. You know, what's a 1/2 inch among friends? So I love this. I can't wait to get a hold of one of these. I know a lot of people are more excited about things like rifles and shotguns and stuff like that. But, you know, I like handguns best, and especially revolvers. Now, I did see some nice guns, and long guns. Unfortunately, they were either way out of my price range, like the Bighorn Armory lever action that I saw. And a lot of shotguns I saw I liked, but most of them are made in Turkey, or they're really expensive. So they're kind of outside my price range. And like I said, I prefer handguns anyway, especially revolvers. So what got me the most excited about SHOT Show this year when it came to products is the new Colt Python 3-inch revolver. All right, everybody, now that I've dealt with what I think is the best thing coming out of SHOT Show, let's move on to what I think is the worst thing. And you know what? I'm not going to be basing the worst thing on actually what's the worst quality product. In that case, you'd probably expect it would be the Kel-Tec P15. But I'm not actually going to choose that, even though I'm sure it is pretty crappy. But at least you can choose what kind of frame you want on it. You can have a shitty, poorly made, unreliable gun with a polymer frame, or a shitty, poorly made, unreliable gun with an aluminum frame. So that's nice, I guess. You might also think it would be the CSX from Smith & Wesson, which I will say, yes, that's a piece of shit. But I've covered that extensively in another video. But that's still not what I think is the worst thing coming out of SHOT Show. What I think the worst thing coming out of SHOT Show, and I got to look at the name here, it's the Black Collar Arms, and that's color with an A-R, L-L-A-R, APS. It is an adjustable pistol stand. As you can see, that's what it's for. Standing a pistol up, you know, having your AR when you're putting it prone or when you're putting it on a table. That's clearly what it's for. It's not what it's for, we know that. It's another workaround. Pistol braces on shorter guns again. It's just the same thing as the pistol brace. That's what it's meant to be used for. And I don't care about that. But here's why I hate that kind of product and will never support them. It's because of what happens when these kind of things get made. Just like with the pistol braces, when you have a company that invests a lot of money in making a profit off working around an existing infringement on our rights, Well, they get used to, they like making that money. They got to make that return on that investment. And what is required for them to continue making money? That the infringement stays there. And once these companies start making a lot of money, just like with the bump stocks and the pistol braces, these companies go, let's spend a little bit of our money to get the talking heads on YouTube to fight our battles for us and to tell everyone that we're the important thing, so that the talking heads on YouTube will go, oh, the government's going after these people that have the workaround products. We need to be paying their legal bills so that they can keep making their product. When that's not what we need to be fighting at all. We need to not be giving our money to private industry to fight their battles to go around a law. We should be fighting the battle to get rid of the law. Whenever you have these niche markets that become very profitable working around an infringement, well, they want it to continue to be profitable. And they will pay the talking heads on YouTube who will say anything for money. They'll make it pretend like that's one of the most dire things we're fighting right now, is fighting for the rights for these. Remember how they kept telling you to donate money to the fight for the pistol braces? That's because those people were paying them money, giving them kickbacks and stuff on the sales they made. They wanted that cash flow to keep coming in too, as did the company making the pistol braces. And if we actually fought against the law and got it to where you can put a stock on a pistol, which you should be able to do, they'd be out of business, because who the fuck would want a pistol brace if it wasn't for that stupid law? Who the fuck would want one of these adjustable pistol stand things if it wasn't for the stupid infringement? I do not like creating a monetary reward system that requires you to be circumventing a law instead of getting rid of it. That's the problem we ran into with all the big national gun groups. It became too profitable for them to actually get rid of gun laws. Because who would pay them if they were gone? If tomorrow the Supreme Court said, yeah, the 2A is the supreme law of the land, and no, there can be no anti-gun laws on the books. If that happened tomorrow, the GOA, the NRA, all those companies would fucking lose their minds. Because they'd be like, oh fuck, we're not going to be making fortunes anymore. Because who would pay them to fight the battle if the battle was over? And that's kind of like these companies. Who's going to buy their shitty product if it's not necessary anymore because the infringement it was working around is gone? So they actively distract people, actively siphon money off of a fight that should be being had to get rid of the infringement to fight their own private little issues. And that's not where we need to be in the gun community. That's why I don't like these kind of products. That's why I'll never stand behind it. And that's why this and anything like it is the worst thing coming out of SHOT Show. All right, everybody, before I go, I want to answer a question I got from someone about SHOT Show. Someone who's actually there. He asked me, why is it that often the industry people working in the booths know less about the products than we do as consumers? Well, that's real easy to answer. One of the reasons is because we're fanatics. We know things that people who work at the company probably don't know. They probably don't bother to memorize all this stuff. We do because we're super into it. It's kind of like with comic books, how I know a lot of shit about comic books that probably a lot of comic book writers don't even know. In fact, I know they don't, because they mess stuff up all the time. It's the same thing with products like this. We are the fanatics. We know more than most anybody. But it shouldn't be that noticeable in most circumstances, because they should be sending their most educated people to the booth. But here's the reality. A lot of the people that work these trade show booths aren't actually employees of the company. They're not manufacturers or salesmen. They are professional presenters, professional salespeople, not working for that specific company. They do different trade shows. The people working a gun booth this week selling guns might be selling washers and dryers at another convention the next week. A lot of these are professional presenters, professional salespeople who get a crash course on the products, and then they work the booths. They're contractors. Now, that's not true of every one of them, especially not the small businesses, but some of the bigger companies and some of the places that can afford to hire the help, and it's cheaper for them, especially if they're an overseas company. It's cheaper for them to hire someone locally to go in and represent the product. That happens sometimes. So on those occasions where you go into a booth and the people working in there just seem to get glassy-eyed anytime you ask a question that goes beyond what's written on the little plaque, those are probably paid presenters. It does happen. They are there. They're not the majority, but like I said, they're there. And that's why we often know more than they do. And with that being said, I want to go ahead and sign off. I hope everyone enjoyed the show. I hope you come back again Monday. We'll be back Monday. Until then, I just want to remind everyone, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again.